What's up guys and welcome back to a brand new video today here on CodeNamePizza. Today we're going to be looking at the top 5 most difficult Easter egg steps inside of zombies. Now this is actually episode number 2 of this series, so if you guys don't see some obviously hard Easter egg steps on this list, maybe they're in the first episode. So there'll be a link inside the description and also an annotation at the end of this video for you guys to click over to the old one and check out that first episode as well. And if you guys find any other Easter egg steps really difficult that aren't already on this list, make sure you put them down inside the comment section and we'll use those comments to make episode number 3 for this series in the future. Before we get into the video, if you guys want to absolutely smash a like on this video, that would be greatly appreciated. If we could aim for 3,115 likes, that would be amazing. And if you guys are brand new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and become the latest member of the Pizza Club. Remember to count down at home with us from 5 to 1, letting me know if you guys have ever done this Easter egg. Just put 5 and yes or 5 and no, followed by 4, 3, 2 and 1 as well. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the top 5 difficult Easter egg steps inside of zombies.
Number 5.
So coming in at number 5, we've got an Easter egg step on the map 9 from Black Ops 4 Zombies. Now, a lot of people like the map 9, and honestly, it's probably my favorite map out of all the Black Ops 4 Zombies maps so far. I think it's really good, and I think it's got a great Easter egg and a very unique boss fight. But there's one Easter egg step on that entire map that I am unsure of beating every single time, which can definitely be difficult for speedrunners because it's a little bit random if you are going to be able to complete it or not. And that is going to be the raw Easter egg step. Now, if you guys are familiar with the 9 Easter egg, you'll know that all the steps are based around the god statues around the map, and each statue has its own step, and this raw step is ridiculously difficult. First of all, you've got to translate the language that's given to you on this statue. Now, it's not the hardest thing in the world to do, but it does mean that unless you are a complete genius and memorized all these, you will need this guide up on the screen as you are doing this. And these symbols will tell you which enemies you have to kill in a specific order, meaning that if you kill these enemies in the wrong order, the step will instantly be failed, which doesn't sound too hard until you remember that there's also fire zombies in this mix, meaning that if you just run past one of these guys in the wrong order, they'll instantly explode and you fail the challenge. On top of this, you actually have to do this challenge 2 times to finish the Easter egg step, and if that isn't difficult enough, on the second time doing this, you have a chance of having a Blight Father in your combination, meaning that while you've got a whole horde of zombies chasing you and 3 other special zombie types, you have to take out a Blight Father, or take out the other special zombie types while keeping that Blight Father alive while waiting for the correct moment to take him out instead of the others. This Easter egg step is definitely a difficult one, and it's so random if I'm actually going to beat it or fail it that I thought it deserved a place on this list today. Let me know inside the comment section right now, have you ever successfully beaten this Easter egg step? Put a number 5 and yes, or the number 5 and no inside the comment section right now. But let's jump straight over to the next one on our list today of the top 5 most difficult Easter egg steps inside of zombies.
Number 4.
So coming in at number 4 is one of my favorite maps inside of Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now the funny thing is, this map still has a bit of a random reputation. People either love it or they hate it, and this is going to be Revelations. Now I personally think Revelations is great, and maybe it's just the fact that this is a great map to speedrun and that's why I really like it, but for some reason this map draws me back and I love it. I think it's great. But there's one Easter egg step on this map that really does stand out to me, and it's a very unique Easter egg step, and in fact no other map except for maybe Zetsubo-no-Shima has an Easter egg step like this, and this is going to be boss fight number 1. That's right, Revelations and Zetsubo-no-Shima hold a very similar characteristic, and this is the fact that they have multiple boss fights. Inside of Revelations, you've got boss fight number 1, and then finally boss fight number 2. The second boss fight feels very similar to the Shadows of Evil boss fight, but the first boss fight is actually really difficult. Inside of this first boss fight, you've got 4 waves, and on each wave, you have to take out 2 Margwas. This sounds simple, but this is all while the boss fight room is changing every single time. So one round you might get a fire room filled with fire and there's only certain places you can run, and other times the gravity will be lowered so you're flying around the entire room. It's a really fun Easter egg, and I honestly wish they would have just done one boss fight and had this and then the finale straight after it. If there's any point during the Revelations Easter egg that I personally think I'm gonna end up going down and failing that Easter egg, it's inside of this boss fight number 1. It's just so unpredictable because you really can't prepare to what room you are going to get first. And even the very beginning of this boss fight number 1 is difficult. You have to memorize the symbols on this book in a specific order, and then go and activate the floating symbols in that order over on the other side of the room. But while this is going on, you're being attacked by different enemies from different directions. So at this point, if you've not got the Apothecary Servant or or you've not got the little armies, it becomes really, really difficult. But there you go. The Revelations boss fight number 1 is on our list today at number 4 because it's so unique and also very, very difficult. Let me know inside the comment section right now, have you guys ever done Revelations boss fight number 1? Put the number 4 and yes or the number 4 and no inside the comment section right now. But let's move on to the next one on our list today of the top 5 most difficult Easter egg steps inside of zombies.
Number 3.
So coming in at number 3 is another map on Black Ops 4 Zombies. And this map, just like Revelations, seems to probably get the most hate at the minute on that game. And this is going to be Voyage of Despair. Now, I totally understand it. Jason Blundell made tiers of maps in Black Ops 4, starting with the easiest map, which is 9, the middle map being Blood of the Dead, and then the hardest map being Voyage of Despair. And he's openly spoke about that multiple times, saying that he's made different difficulty types of maps so it suits to every player inside of Zombies. So it's understandable why the most difficult map is seen as probably not the best in the game. But regardless of that, this Easter egg step is very difficult, and the boss fight inside of this Easter egg as well is just the same. Very, very difficult. But the Easter egg step that is specifically on our list today is going to be the one that gets you to that boss fight, which is going to be, of course, the iceberg Easter egg step. Now, this is also a very unique Easter egg step. You get thrown onto one side of the ship, and then your job is to make your way all the way over to the other side of the ship, but there's icebergs blocking your path in every single doorway over the map. And your job is to break these, which sounds simple, but while you are trying to do this, there's a never-ending supply of zombies, stokers, and even a blight father that is trying to kill you while you are trying to get through the boat. Now, there's certain paths that you can take and ways to make this a little bit easier by either using the homunculus grenades or using your specialist on certain icebergs, but regardless of what equipment you get, it's never going to be 100% easy. A lot of the times while I'm doing this Easter egg step, I'll accidentally get my dying wish activated, meaning that I then don't have that backup for the boss fight. And you can kiss your shield goodbye. Your shield will break before the end of this. This Easter egg step is pretty darn difficult, but the game does help you out at one point during this run. Out of around 12 icebergs that you've got to break from start to finish, the game will reward you with 1 max ammo around halfway, meaning that if you started out with 2 homunculus, you can then get 2 homunculus at that point, and even if you've got the equipment elixir on, you can get 2 homunculus back that way as well, meaning that those homunculus grenades instantly become your best friend because they'll get all the zombies off your back while you're trying to break those icebergs. Regardless of these techniques to make it a little bit easier, this Easter egg step is definitely difficult, and that's why it's on our list today at number 3. Let me see it inside the comment section right now. Have you guys ever done this Easter egg step? Put the number 3 and yes or the number 3 and no inside the comment section right now, and let's go and check out what is on our list today at number 2.
Number 2.
So coming in at number 2 is JC Backfire's favorite zombies map, Gorod Krovi. And during Gorod Krovi, the main Easter egg quest means that you've got to do 6 challenges. And one of those challenges I have put on this list today. Now, there's some of those challenges that you guys might think is going to be on this list, like the bomb step, or maybe even the mangler step, but no. This Easter egg step that I put on today's list is going to be the Valkyrie drone step. Now, just like the last one on this list, this Easter egg step can be very, very easy if you apply the right things. So let's say, for example, you use the undead man walking gobblegum, all the zombies go down to walking speed, and you can instantly escort that Valkyrie drone from the spawn room all the way over to Dragon Command really, really simply. And you could even use monkey bombs as well, making the zombies chase the monkey bomb instead of coming after you or that Valkyrie drone. But if you guys don't have those, this Easter egg step is so difficult. Now, the reason why this Easter egg step is difficult is because the zombies aren't going after the Valkyrie drone. The zombies are going after you, but you have to stand next to the Valkyrie drone to escort it to the other side of the map. And if your electric cherry goes off when reloading, it instantly kills that Valkyrie drone. And if you drop a grenade, it instantly kills that Valkyrie drone. Basically, you have 0 incentive to shoot any bullets around that Valkyrie drone. The only way that I can possibly do this without Undead Man walking is to have those monkey bombs. I would run certain trains and then throw a monkey bomb and then move the Valkyrie drone a little bit. Then run more trains and then throw another monkey bomb and then escort the Valkyrie drone a bit. Constantly doing that until I finally get it to Dragon Command. There's no quick way of doing this without monkey bombs or without Undead Man walking. I'm super interested to see how many of you guys have done this Easter egg step inside of our comment section today that haven't used Undead Man walking. Because without that gobblegum, this is practically impossible. I have seen people do it, I've done it myself, but it is so difficult. And that is exactly why it's on our list today at number 2. Let me see inside the comment section right now, have you guys ever done this Easter egg? Put number 2 and yes, or number 2 and no, and specifically put in brackets if you have ever done it without Undead Man walking. But now let's go and check out what is on our list today of the most difficult Easter eggs inside of zombies at number 1.
Number 1.
So coming in at number 1 is an Easter egg step that takes place on Blood of the Dead. Now, Blood of the Dead seemed to get a pretty poor response on release because I think everyone's expectations were so high because it was going to be a remake of Mob of the Dead, and everyone seemed to love Mob, but not a lot of people seemed to like Blood. And honestly, I think the main reason about this, apart from the blue screens on release, was the fact that Blood of the Dead was really difficult, especially for solo players. Now, I am of course a solo player. I prefer playing on my own, and even for me, someone who plays this game every day, someone who's played zombies for so many years, this Easter egg step is still very difficult, and the whole Easter egg in general is difficult as well. But the Easter egg step that is on our list today at number 1 is going to be the one that I feel like everyone complains about, and this is going to be the Killer Inmate Easter egg step. Just like Gorod Krovi, this Easter egg is based around challenges, and one of the steps that you could get on this is the Killer Inmate step, where you've got to get 1 zombie kill inside of the library, a ghost will appear through your spirit shield, you've got to blast that ghost, and then key drain that ghost. Now, you've got to key drain him all the way until he disappears, and you have to do this 4 full times. Now, it was more difficult on release. You have to do this around 5, 6, 7 times on release, but they've taken it down to 4 because that's how many spirit shield blasts your upgraded shield can hold. But even with this nerf, it means that it's still extremely difficult. It means that you've got to have a full spirit shield. It means that you've got to make sure you do this at the end of the round, and if you accidentally kill that zombie, you are instantly going to get surrounded by zombies again. Very much like the Gorod Krovi Valkyrie drone step, the easiest way to do this is use Undead Man Walking. It means that you can refill your shield easily because all the zombies are walking really slow. And of course, just like Gorod Krovi again, use Monkey Bombs. This will help you out tremendously, but one wrong move and you are instantly surrounded by zombies, your shield will break and you can't finish this Easter egg step. That is exactly why this Easter egg step is on our list today at number 1 instead of the Gorod Krovi Valkyrie drone. Because even if you go down or your shield breaks on Gorod Krovi, you can still follow that Valkyrie drone. But if your shield breaks on this step on Blood of the Dead, you have to then run back and get another shield. And by the time you've got another shield and filled it up with souls again, that inmate will already be all the way over at the new industries building and will have killed the other inmate, meaning that you failed the challenge. So there you go. That is what is on our list today at number 1. Let me see it inside the comment section right now. Have you guys ever done the Killer Inmate Easter egg step? Put the number 1 and yes, or the number 1 and no inside the comment section right now. And that has been episode number 2 of our top 5 most difficult Easter egg steps inside of zombies. If you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure you absolutely smash a like on it right now. We're going to be aiming for 3,115 likes. And if you are brand new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and become the latest member of the Pizza Club. But with that all said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video or the next live stream. Thank you for watching, and peace out.